and there was a huge debut. Stokely Hathaway came, and it looks like he's going to be affiliated with the Baddies. I cannot wait to see what he does with them.
Nah,
But
fuck that. Since we here,
we got to go with the flow,
we
man.
gotta go
Look at
with
them.
the
Look at them.
baddies, bro. Come on, man. We listen. These three women, right? They are our book in black for
Of
the week.
course, they are.
Okay, so we about to, you know what I'm saying? They are booking black for a week. And I mean, why
They're my favorite stable in AEW.
they're my
I mean,
favorite
for
stable
obvious
of all time. Like of
for
all time.
obvious
I've been
reasons.
watching
But
wrestling 32 years, and these bitches for the past 3 weeks have been my favorite stable of all time. You know what I'm
man,
saying?
listen, I can't say enough about how much how first of all how far women's wrestling has come. I think that
Absolutely,
you know,
absolutely.
and how much talent there is on the roster. But having three women of color come together who are legitimately all baddies and then create a group called the Baddies on AEW for the times that we're in right now is one of the best
Hold
things
on,
I've seen on TV.
let's
And
talk
to
about
surround
how
Jade Cargill with Red Velvet, one of the best workers on the roster, in my opinion, as far as women's roster, and Kiera Hogan, who's coming up as well, who's doing great work. They both work. They can both talk. Um, I can't just see what they do next, but you can fuck it up too. They better give them they
you
get
can't
to treat
fuck
them
it
with the
up. No,
respect
you hold
these
on. I'm
queens
gonna stop.
deserve. That's
No,
what
I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm not even gonna let you finish your thought. They
what.
can't fuck it up because you know how. Listen, they plucked that white nigga away and brought my nigga Snoop Dogg. And what I'm telling you is that is enhancement upon enhancement around
It
that
is.
motherfucker.
It
You
is.
know what I'm saying?
Who puts it
Like,
all together?
bro,
Like
hold on.
Stokely with the baddies. Come on, like it's gonna
And
be
I want
gold.
to and I want to talk about the influence our culture has on this motherfucking business, right? Let's not ever disrespect, take for granted, and motherfucking discount the motherfucking culture is alive and well in wrestling. And y'all niggas better start giving some respect. Y'all niggas better
Absolutely.
start motherfucking watching y'all
Let's give
mouth.
some respect to Stokely Hathaway. This guy is supremely talented. We
Come
saw him
on.
do stand up, bro. He doesn't have to do wrestling. He was pretty damn funny. He can just take his. He, what do you
He
mean?
can take his talents to South Beach, my nigga. You know what I'm
Take if
saying?
he doesn't have to, but he chooses to come back to AEW. I'm sure they threw the bag at him because he's that talented, and
No. Oh,
he never
while
got
we're
to his
here,
peak in
hold on.
NXT.
I gotta
What?
I gotta talk about I gotta say this right quick. Tony Khan did not meet Stokely Hathaway until the day he was signed. Is that good business practice?
I mean, meet him.
Know him. Like know him.
He didn't know him at all.
Didn't know him. Didn't know speak.
I wouldn't think that's good business practice. I don't even get how he got signed. If
His
Tony
non-compete was
Khan,
up on Friday and he was available on Saturday. And they got him to come on Sunday.
wait, who hit him up though?
Who has the money, nigga?
So Tony Khan hit up Stokely.
I'm assuming. I'm assuming.
So
I'm
he didn't just. So
assuming.
he talked to him prior.
Well, I mean, no, I mean, I just said he didn't know him until he didn't know him until he signed him.
But he probably saw him somewhere. I mean, if you see talent in the wrestling world, and you're like, you know what, I want that talent on my show, or then maybe he
Would
didn't.
you
Maybe he
would
doesn't
would you
watch
hire
NXT.
some? Would you hire somebody you don't know?
I wouldn't hire anybody that I've not seen do what I want to do in this business. If you haven't seen somebody wrestle, don't hire them as a wrestler. If you haven't seen somebody manage, don't hire them as a wrestler. If you haven't seen somebody produce, that's I guess the backstage stuff. You might want to just trust somebody's knowledge on how they produce by their resume. But when you're talking about on-screen talent, if you haven't seen them perform, I wouldn't hire them. Now, I would hope that Tony Khan saw a clip on YouTube or saw something on social media, or somebody showed him something and say, "Hey, look at this guy. He just left NXT." And now, granted, I don't know who said this. I'm not sure if this is true. I'm not sure. I mean, if Tony Khan said it himself, then it's kind of all right. I guess that's not the best way to do business. But at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck because I'm glad Stokely Hathaway is with the
Stokely with the
baddies.
baddies.
I mean, I think
I
that
don't care how that nigga got there,
I don't
brother.
care how he could have freaking airdropped him, and they could have. I don't care, but he's gonna bring this stable full circle, and When I look at them, I see future women's champions. And if they do a women's tag team division, which they have enough talent to do, they probably have more talent to do a women's tag team division than WWE does. Not now, if you count all the brands, WWE can do a women's tag division. But if you look at the way they do their structure of their shows, AEW's talent is very widespread. So I can see Kiara Hogan and Revella being a women's tag team champion, or and I honestly, Jade Cargill, obviously we've been talking about her, she's a star. So Book and Black, I just want to see them more character. Every time I see them, I want to see more character, more interactions with the woman, and more. I can't wait for the Jade versus Britt Baker feud. I don't care if it's for the AEW Women's Championship or the TNT Women's
I don't
Championship.
want to see that because Britt can't work.
What are you talking?
Can we be honest?
Britt can't work. Are we really gonna do that? Like Britt can't work. We all know.
Hold on, Britt. You. Okay. Because I don't like hyperbolic statements, so I won't say that. Britt's a worker. Britt can work. Britt's not a worker to the fact that I trust her with Jade, because who leads? That match is going to be sloppy. That match is going to be plotty. That match is not going to be entertaining.
I want the story going into the match.
I want
Jade. Then when we get to the match,
that's
I want to see how they do it. They got to throw them into the fire and see how the match goes. Now, we all know Jade's, 2 years into this. I think that she's going to get better and better over time. Obviously, she looks the part. She speaks the part. So Jade is not going to have a problem, as far as her career goes. Now, as far as the work rate goes and how she gets over in the ring, that I think she is still going to be improving over time, but that's a work in progress. It's going to happen like gradually. And I think she hasn't done bad, but she hasn't had one match where
that ain't who I said. I ain't say nothing about Jade. I said Britt.
No, I'm talking about Jade because we're talking about the baddies. But I know
you said the future.
But when I'm talking about with Jade, you said who's going to lead. You said who's going to lead. Does Jade? And one point is that Jade doesn't necessarily need to be led. Is the fact that she's having decent matches already. Now granted, Britt Baker will take the lead because guess what? Britt Baker has had great women's matches in AEW. I haven't seen Jade have one match where I'm like, that's going to stand the test of time yet. I haven't. And I love Jade Cargill.
Britt hasn't either. Let's not do
Britt
that.
has had Thunder Rosa matches that you're going to remember. She's had matches with a bunch of women. I mean, and if you're really watching,
I'm not going to back you down with that because we're not going to get bowed down. You said a bunch of women.
She's had 2 classic matches with Thunder Rosa.
You just named one woman. That's it. Thunder Rosa. That's it.
So, yeah. She's had a match at least that stand the test of time. She had a match again with who was it a couple weeks ago? Fuck. It was a good match.
The test of time, right? So I get you. And a couple weeks ago, the test of time, you can't remember what it was. But what I'm telling you is,
here's the thing. My point is that she didn't have a bad match. I'm not saying that's the classic match. I'm saying that she's not a bad worker. Like if she's a worker, you trust her to go out there and work. My point is that those are the 2 biggest women's wrestlers on the roster. The baddies by the side of Jade Cargill versus Britt Baker and her 2 women is going to be money right there. I don't care if they even have a great match. It's just money right there.
I would say that shit to Jade, that shouldn't be the magnum opus, right? If we're talking about
who else is.
Well, for one, you just said Britt don't have the title. So I think the person who has the title is whoever has the title is Jade's magnum opus. And hopefully it's somebody, like you say, a Thunder Rosa, who I believe can enhance the story, not just on the mic, but enhance the story in the ring. Me and you talk about it all the time. Work rate and match quality happens within those 4 ropes. Yeah. Okay? So with that being said, I think Stokely in itself can carry us. That's why he's an addition, right? That's why he's an advancement of the baddies. Stokely can carry a talking point of a storyline like in no other. So he can cover any shortness
that Thunder Rosa has on character.
Thunder or Jade, because Jade only got cut this shit, Tony, and I'm that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like she's still also, if we're talking about the work that she has to do, the work that she has to do to be the megastar is the confidence that she translate on the mic. You see what I'm saying? Like the work, she can work like The Rock all she wants, but if that motherfucker is as fluent as The Rock on the mic, that shit can take her places.
Yeah. She don't need to be the best worker in the world, but I
Exactly.
feel like she does. She will, and she does need to continue to improve her craft in the ring. Of
So
course,
I think right now for me, I would love to see. I love Jade and Chris Statlander. I love that statuesque. The
Amazon fight.
yo, it's gonna remind me of Rhea and Bianca in some ways of the stare down, the shoulders, the motherfucking height. Like they got the build to be like, all right, women can put horse matches on too, and I think that is a money fight for me because I
Have
think
they had that yet?
no, Chris and Jade is gonna be a new.
Okay.
And I think Chris can take the title off of Jade, and Jade can then elevate to the women's championship. That is how I.
Chris Statlander is the one to beat the undefeated Jade Cargill.
I don't think Athena should be. I think Athena should lose.
I don't think Athena should be either. I'll be honest with you. I don't like that.
I don't think Athena should be.
But congratulations to Athena. You know, to joining all Elite Wrestling.
100 with you, Athena.
I want the old Athena. If you want to come back as Athena, I want the old Athena. Like I want her to show out. Yeah, I think that her and Jay is gonna be great. So Book and Black, I think that's what's coming up next. I think that we're gonna expect to see that sometime soon. But I would have Jade go over. I would have the Baddies get over in that act with Stokely. But me personally, I think that after that, I think that you're looking at Thunder Rosa, have her drop the title to maybe Chris Statlander after that. My opinion is have Britt Baker come after Jade Cargill, says I'm the one to defeat your undisputed streak. Have Britt come after, and that match right there, TNT Women's Championship, you don't know who's gonna win because Britt could likely take the title. And then she can go after Thunder Rosa, so that's how I'm looking at it all. Britt just got the Owen Cup, Queen of Hearts, so now she can come after the TNT Championship after Jade has some more wins underneath her.
Britt beating Jade, I'm not having that. I know we got our differences of opinion.
I'm not saying that she should be beat. I'm saying that match has the going into that match. Let's say it's an on pay-per-view. There's an intrigue of a women's match, a big money match that you don't know who the victory is going to be. You don't know who's going to win. Right now, anybody that faces Jade, including Chris Statlander, Jade's winning to me, in my mind. Jade's not losing this.
I don't know. Chris came back and changed the image, changed the gimmick, changed the stat. Like
so did Ruby Riott. And where is she at?
No, Ruby, no. And that's the point. That's the whole thing that we talk about. Britt. Why did Britt beat Ruby twice? Now I understand Britt not losing the AEW championship to Ruby. I get that. But why the fuck Ruby couldn't win the OR championship and get her win back from Britt Baker?
Because you need that shot with her man up there with the
Okay, so all right, so sacrifice Ruby for Britt Baker. Great.
Britt honestly is a bigger star than Ruby.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. If you're a bigger star than a nigga, you don't need the fucking win. Just like CM fucking Punk. Let's get into it.